Paul, this is a Dodge 57 Sweptside pickup, right?
Yes, that's correct.
This is only the second one of these I've ever seen in my life. They're very, very rare, and they're so wild. They look like they were customs, but they're not, right?
They're not. There were 500 of them built, and Dodge engineers gave the go-ahead and do something to compete with Chevrolet's Cameo and Ford's Ranchero in '57, and they made 500 of these, and then they continued on in '58 and '59, only changing the headlights. They used '57 two-door station wagon quarter panels.
That's right. I mean, that's one of the things that's different. The Cameo they were basically fiberglass, overlays, but this is actually the rear quarter from their station wagon, right?
Yes, and that's why there's so few of them left, is they were terrible for rusting out.
Wow.
And most of them rusted away, and this one escaped.
Well, now, there's other treatments back here that were different than the trucks of the day. I mean, first of all, that's a beautiful bumper, which you must have had re-chromed.
Oh yes, and that was the station wagon bumper. The foot pads have become a place for the tailgate to rest when it's open, and they narrowed it to make the proportions right, and then they also had to fill the door opening holes in the front about 6 inches, but they're just two-door wagon.
Now the T-handle was also new, right?
Yes, the T-handle replaced the chains and the hooks, and those always beat up the paint jobs anyway, and it's part of the urbanization of the American truck. Bring it off the farm and take it to town, and everybody in town likes things a little nicer, and this is
definitely a little nicer. Now you got caddy taillights, 59 caddy taillights though.
Yeah, I had the truck about done and couldn't find any lenses, so I was actually at midnight at the Oasis here last year. A vendor had these. I bought them, took them home, and here they are again this year.
They look amazingly good on this truck, actually, because the points kind of go with the point on the fender. But
well, yeah, my dad being an old cattle rancher, though, he said when he saw it, if I backed up to the load and shoot, I'd probably knock him off.
Well, that he's probably right on that, Paul.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're backing up to any load and shoots with this.
No, but my dad would.
Well, I love the Cameos and I love the Rancheros and stuff, but nothing looks like this.
No, you drive it down the road, and I drive it. I live in the winter in Welton, Arizona, and I drive it around, and I've unhinged several necks.
What is that? So you say they also had to extend it here a little bit, fill it?
Yes, they filled about 6 inches. If you look down inside, you can actually see the door where the seal went is in there, and along the top, when the box was apart, you could see the lip that the window used to go in.
But all the chrome trim and stuff would have been from the wagon, right?
It's from the wagon, with the exception of the long trim on the bottom. Because they extended at 6 inch, these were unique to Sweptsides only, and that's what's so hard to find, is these bottom trim pieces.
Man, it's just amazing. You've done a little bit on the interior, but not much. I mean, you put different seats in.
Yeah, we put 07 Impala seats in it from a local wrecking yard, and it made it nice with a console and a cup holder and a very Spartan dash.
Very Spartan dash.
Yeah,
and it looks symmetrical. You could.
Yeah. They exported a lot of them in those years, and you can see a place here for the steering wheel to bolt, and just move the instrument cluster over, and this blank over there, and you had a right-hand drive.
And she's a 3 on the tree?
3 on the tree. Most of the Sweptsides were the first year of the automatic. Offered in a pickup, but this one happened to be a 3-speed, so I just left it that way.
I like that big honking ball there on the end, and exposed linkage and everything.
And it shifts really nice.
Does she?
It shifts beautiful.
Well, now have you hot rodded it up front, or you got a different engine?
No, we left it stock.
Now this hood's different too. Didn't they have the?
Yeah, Dodge originally had a butterfly hood open from both sides. This 57 was the first year of the alligator style. That's what they call it. It opens up like an alligator or a crocodile mouth.
Wow.
And
other than the air cleaner, that does look original.
Yeah, and I would have left the original one, but it was so rusty that, and it was an oil bath, so I opted to put on a dry type.
But how big? 315?
It's a 315 poly engine, and the poly motor would take Hemi heads or these poly heads just simply by taking these off, bolting the others on, and you had to change the intake and the exhaust too. But the water pump is compatible with the Hemi heads. It'll bolt right on there.
And the oil filter is?
The oil filter's in the stock place. We did make the engine into a full flow system, upgraded that a little bit, but I mounted it right back where the old sock was.
Man. Well, I'm telling you, this is just a gorgeous truck. The single
thank you.
headlights of 57. It's just, I mean, it's beautiful. And people must, do they think you've customized this? Do they think you've built this?
I have been accused of cutting up a car and putting a pot, everything else, and you tell people they built it and they still don't believe you, and then I've got a little article that I drag out and show them, and it,
So there, right?
yeah, so there.
Well, I
they
tell
did
you-
do it, yes.
It's the only one here. It's only the second one I've seen in my life. Paul, I absolutely love your truck.
Thank you. You've made my day.
Your truck made my day. Thanks a lot, man.
Bet.